So hello, this is Suguwa, and yeah, the launch is not looking very long right now. It's around less than T minus 5 minutes and so not many. So I don't have enough time to explain. But however, we can go. We can we can go and see the launch. Let's go. All right, and right now all at T minus 4 minutes.
Today's countdown, which can be seen in the top left corner of your screen, uses the T minus time. And that time stops at T minus 4 minutes, which you can see we have entered the hold and we are at T minus 4 minutes and holding.
Yeah, this is actually a planned
live
hold
look at Atlas
anyways.
5 on the launch pad, and as the countdown
So,
continues, our team is
as you
taking
can see,
the final
this is
steps
the
in
rocket,
preparation for
the
liftoff.
Atlas
We're
5
looking at the rocket, you
using
see the
the
first stage, also
551
known as the rocket's
configuration.
booster stage,
Basic,
which is the large tank
you don't
on the
have to
bottom.
understand everything
That is
what
actually
does
two
it means,
tanks,
but
one filled up with RP1
one of
fuel
the
and the
things
other
that
with liquid oxygen. Of course,
easily
those two
mix in the
combustion
and
chamber inside the RE-180,
can be understandable is that it has 5 solid rocket motor in this case that they can use tonight. And yeah, when I use the solid rocket motor, it's not 100% the same as solid rocket engine. Because why? Because because by default solid how do you say? Because usually by default solid rocket motor it's just one go, it just ignite and there's no moving part. But for the engine part, yeah, for the solid rocket engine part, usually let's just say the rocket nozzle can swivel and what's on. That's actually the rocket engine part for the solid rocket. So it's a little bit different there when I use solid rocket engine and solid rocket motor. So please do not please do not be very confused with term between these two. So I hope you guys can see. And here how it looks actually when they stacking and assembling this Atlas 5 rocket. This is the first they call this the booster core, and this one is actually the solid rocket motor. You can see 3 on the left side and 2 on the right side. Because why they need this is that so with this slight asymmetric forces is that it can be used to actually not only do gravity turn way easier, but also at the same times to also provide enough thrust to move it. Let's just say pitch it to the side to the left side where when it has more thrust compared to the left side which has only 2 compared to the left side with 3 solid rocket motors. And here you can see this is how they actually bring the rocket as well. They actually push it forward, okay, using trucks and whatnot. 1.3 pound. I believe this is around 800 plus or 900 plus kilograms, or maybe around
Let's learn
1
more about Project Kuiper and what they've been doing to prepare for offering internet connectivity from space.
So a little bit tongue slip of me using later. Maybe almost like 1 megaton, like that.
6 years ago, we began a journey to build the most advanced and the most modern
I don't know what I'm
system in the world.
saying right now.
There are
But
almost 3
look
billion
at it.
people that don't have high-speed connectivity.
Imagine if they had the ability to be connected just like you and I do, what they could do, what contributions they could make.
This mission is ambitious for a truly worthy cause. It's going to impact communities that cannot be reached with fiber traditional communications.
Her.
The solution
I mean,
really
if you
has to be
actually
from space.
saw how she lead
You can
the
think of
Mars
Project Kuiper as a three-part
Mars
system: the
2020
satellite
project.
constellation,
You know
customer
it's
terminal,
her.
and just as critically, the ground network and software that ultimately deliver connectivity.
Dang, she's here
We have set
too.
out to design the most advanced satellite network ever built, and we have created the whole thing in-house at Amazon.
Yeah, so
We
this is
leave just
an
about every technology area to contribute to build the satellite, the propulsion system, the
oh,
solar arrays, the
that's
silicon,
it.
the
That's an
filter
iron
antennas,
propulsion
and
actually.
optical
You
inter-satellite
see there?
The team has to be
Like someone little bit
innovative,
that's a
agile, resilient,
that's
as we're
actually
moving very, very fast.
an iron
Building,
propulsion system.
testing,
We are not 100%
developing
sure what
in-house has
it
been an
uses.
extraordinary ingredient.
Could be argon,
When we first
could be
proposed Project
radon.
Kuiper internally,
Who
one of the
knows?
first questions was, can you produce an
I'm not sure
affordable
about
customer
that part.
terminal? We knew
But you
that
can
was
see
going
this
to
is
be
how
the
they
linchpin
actually
of our
built this
system.
one.
The big breakthrough for us was combining transmit and receive antennas into a single aperture. No one had ever done this in the KA band. That let us pack a ton of performance into a really compact, really low-cost design.
So basically, this
We're
is
going to build tens of millions of these antennas,
yeah.
and we are
Sounds
well
you can
on our
see
way.
they blurred out a little
The
bit
design is
the
done.
design
We're now in the
because
factory manufacturing it.
could be anyone can just go and use that
We
design.
talk about
But
the satellite
I'll say that
constellation.
if you
But
can do
Kuiper
some
is a
educated
satellite
guesses,
constellation
you
being
technically
upgraded as
can
a
make
network across
Star
hundreds of ground
Starlink
gateway
like
terminals.
satellites if you want.
Our
But
ground network is
come
spread
on,
out all
if you
over
can
the
be
world,
original,
and
just
each
be
site
original.
connects back to AWS.
But
We
in
already
real,
have a bunch of these
everyone's
sites in the
approach
world,
is
everywhere
not
from
that
Australia
100%
to
same,
Germany,
but
and more of
it's
them
good.
are coming online every month.
Oh,
There's
and as you can
a
see,
big
the
difference
design is
between
pretty similar
launching
to
2
the
satellites and launching
to
3,000
looks
satellites.
a little bit similar to the Starlink.
The past
So
couple of years, my team has really been focused
so
on how to achieve scale. Our own dedicated
I guess maybe
building
that's why
facility gives us the ability to control our
they
own
don't
destiny.
come out with
We've got the
the design
capacity
to
to
publicly
integrate up to 5
because it's
satellites per
way
day
too
and
similar.
launch 3 simultaneous campaigns. Heavy lift rockets have higher performance, so we can take more satellites to orbit on any given launch.
I mean,
All of our heavy lift launch partners have
I
had a
like
successful first
for
flight,
me
so
personally,
that's been
I
a
like
pretty exciting thing for us to see because
I
we
like a
made those
variety
investments years in
satellite
advance.
design because otherwise
All
it's
of the
way too
pieces
boring.
have come together
I
to
don't
support that
I
first
don't want
flight,
to see
and the
that
next one,
that
and
kind
the
of
one after that.
where we are living with
It
the
might not all go
mono
perfectly, but we have an incredible
satellite
commitment
design.
to this
I
project
don't like it.
and an incredible team committed to its mission.
All
Every
roads
satellite
lead here.
It
serve
cannot
for
wait to launch.
different purposes
And with more
and
than
for
80
different
missions planned, we're
reasons.
just getting started.
So I hope we are not getting to that mono design satellite. But yeah, you can see this is the presentation. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? And you can see this is the view of the Centaur,
Following liftoff, viewers watching the launch
Centaur
from
up
Florida
stage
and
with
pointing
the
north and
payload
east might be able to see
above,
Atlas V in flight.
which is
To
protected
get
by
a
the
closer look at this
fairing.
visibility map,
You see that
check
those
out
some
at
that
ULA launch
that's
on
actually
social media.
encapsulated something that looks
Very
close
cool. Of
there.
course,
The
everybody thinks of
Noscon
seeing a
looks
rocket
there.
launch
That's
right here
basically
close to the pad,
where
but
the
even those all up the east coast of the United States,
Amazon's
you'll be able to see
Project
that light
Kuiper or
streaming
Project
across the
Kuiper,
sky with an evening launch like we have tonight.
KA-01
Taking
satellites
another look at the launch
actually
pad,
right
all
now.
27 of those Kuiper
And
satellites
this is
tucked
how the
nicely in the 77-foot
looks like at
payload
the
fairing there of our Atlas V
Cape
rocket.
Canaveral
And this
West Coast
Atlas V
base right
rocket is
now.
actually our 551 configuration, so it's a 5-meter payload fairing
Yeah.
with 5
So
SIVs, and that's going to bring a lot of
what
power
launch
and
is
a
this?
lot of
Let
thrust
me
to the
check back
rocket,
on this
allowing
then.
it to
No,
exit Earth's
I'm not going
atmosphere
to.
and get to our orbital insertion in our low Earth orbit destination.
Okay, so
All 5
Slick
solids and the
40, SLC-40,
182.7 million pounds of
Slick
thrust
40.
at liftoff.
All
This,
right.
largest Atlas V configuration that we fly
Yeah.
today,
So this is
maximizing
with
the payload
our D
capacity to launch as many
188
satellites
rocket
on
engines in
orbit
the
as we can
middle on the
tonight.
booster
So
core
pretty excited to see
with
this.
As
with
we get
the
closer to the
left
opening
side
of our
of
launch
3
window,
solid
let's have a
rocket
look at the weather
motor
forecast.
with
The
left
launch team
right
just
side of
received
the
from
2
Space
solid
Launch
rocket
Delta
motor there,
45 weather officer Brian Belson.
which will
Yes, Brian
provide
is
more than
not on with us
enough
tonight on
thrust
another
not
assignment,
only
but
to
he did
lift
hand us
off
the
from
forecast.
the
We do have a
launch pad
probability of
itself, but
violating,
also
violating launch constraints
to do some
between 25 and 35%. It actually starts
gravity
out
turn
lower
here
at the
and there.
beginning of the window, and then at the 20% and increases up to 35% as we make our way through.
All right.
Ground winds are 17 knots out of the east, and temperature is 73
All right.
degrees.
The violation
Primary concern
probability
for
20
launch
to
today is cumulus clouds,
35%
mantle
looks
clouds,
like
and surface
more
electric
like
fields. So we
80
are
to
watching the weather very closely, as we always do.
65% chance. It looks like we still have chance there to go.
Just as important as any other flight rule, but
This winds 17 knots. Yeah, I think if you're a pilot,
That's right,
you're
Caleb. And these
mariner, you know
weather
this.
rules are designed to keep
Yeah,
the
but
vehicle safe
so
from
far from
wind,
what I
lightning, and
look,
other
it
potential
looks
weather
fine.
risks. And we mentioned
Still
earlier
able to
about
go.
measuring the surface electricity, and that's
And yeah,
basically the smarter way for
it's
saying that
pretty
we
early
are
morning.
watching the lightning and the
Not really
potential
early
for it to be in
morning
this area.
right
One
now.
thing that we always
Like
notice here
we
when
are
we get a
just
live
have
look at Atlas
sunrise
from
right now.
pad is that you have 4
Pretty
lightning
good.
towers situated around Atlas. And so that basically is there as a mitigation strategy. If there is lightning in the area, it's supposed to conduct through the towers
Yeah,
instead of
usually
using a
if there's
rocket
any
very polished payload.
if there's any
Very
lightning,
good. And
if you see why there's
you can get a
4
better view
very
of
high
the clearer skies that we have. Still some clouds in the area, but
ground pole there,
still
because
proceeding toward
exactly
launch
because
with
of that
acceptable
lightning
weather right now.
reasoning. If there's any problem, at least lightning will reach out the Okay, nation would enable.
Verify CISA purge flowing Jan 2 to the CISA.
Okay, logs 2. I suppose this is the logs
OSM verify
stage
the
2, or the
ROC and
what they
OSM
call this upper stage as the main
Ready to proceed.
main stage. I don't know why they actually use that, but if I remember correctly, that legacy is actually coming from the when Atlas first conceptualized, actually back when they actually does that asparagus staging, which is the 1.5 staging. Like the booster
We
itself
remain
is
in the
the
planned
2.
15-minute hold as we continue towards
Yeah,
liftoff.
it's actually
In a
two
few moments,
rocket
ULA
engines
launch conductors
attached
stop
together
firing
on
and pull
the
the team for the final go to pick up the
booster
launch
core,
countdown. The
and then
launch
once it's no longer
coordinator
used, booster
connects the
core will
launch team during countdown similar to
left
how a
off
symphony
the
conductor is
2,
coordinating an orchestra.
and then one
28
rocket engines
engineers are pulled to confirm the
keep
rocket is ready
igniting
to
until
proceed.
it's already
This
end,
is
and
the
then
final status check
booster
for all
core
Atlas vehicle
stage
systems,
ditch
ground
out, and
systems,
then
and
main
the
stage,
payload,
which
as
is the
well as the
upper
U.S.
stage,
Space
will be
Force
started.
Eastern
So
launch.
that's
Now, as
actually
he said,
legacy coming
as he
from the
closed the poll.
Atlas rocket, especially when it starts as the missile. Alright, so I guess you guys can see that, right? All of that terminal count, and as especially the next final call out there around T-4 minutes. This is now the readiness polling, just like similar to what we see the now cancelled, let's just say scrap launch of the Firefly Alpha for the FLTA-006, almost like around 12 hours ago. Let's just say around 8 hours ago. This is how they do the readiness poll to actually check if every system is going. So they will do like final call out, and then if everything is fine, if let's say everyone is say go, so launch countdown will continue, and the onboard launch computer will sync it back, sync
Status
back
check
to,
to perceive
okay.
terminal count. Atlas systems propulsion.
Okay, readiness poll, let's go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
LO2.
Go.
Water.
Go.
Centaur systems propulsion. Go. Pneumatics. Go. LO2.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
House gas.
Go.
Electrical systems airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Op support.
Go.
Com.
Go.
Availables.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Redline monitor. Go. Quality.
Go.
Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Go.
Launch director.
You have permission to launch.
Alright,
Proceed
everyone's go with the launch
Verify T0
launch countdown.
010.
Verified.
Okay, so looks like we are ready. So looking at that from what I can hear,
Go for launch.
which will
Now
be
until
which
liftoff,
the launch would
conductor
be
Scott
7
Barney and
and
the launch team
10
continue reporting the final
uh,
steps in today's
at
countdown.
least my local time right now,
This includes
7:10
verifying
a.m.
propellant levels and pressures in the booster
should
and
be,
Centaur fuel tanks, as
which
well as
will
arming the ordnance for
constitute
ignition,
around T
separation, and
minus,
termination systems.
I believe
At T-minus 1 minute, the range confirms it is in
T-minus
a
40
green
minutes right
condition
now.
for launch,
Should be,
assuring there are no
should be.
nearby constraints like boats, planes, or weather, and that all tracking systems are operational.
All right.
At T-minus 25 seconds, you'll hear Go Atlas, Go Centaur, Go Kuiper. This is the final status check for the rocket and the payload.
And by the time they call out, I will try to do that ILS like
The launch pad water
countdown,
deluge system
So,
activates, followed a few
so we are
seconds later
going
by
to
the
do that
RD-180
because
booster engine ignition.
ILS actually,
Then, after
International
seeing
Launch
Atlas liftoff,
System,
you'll
they
hear flight
also
commentator Sarah Bailey
back
Lasco
in the day
providing the
they
updates
used
as
to
the launch
handle
descends.
all of that commercial payload stuff, booking for this
So, as you
launches
might
for
have
the
noticed,
Atlas and also
voices
for the
playing in the background of this
Proton
broadcast, that is actually the
rocket,
voices being played on our
So
Channel 1
why not
broadcast,
pay
which
pay
is
some
our
homage
internal
to
net system. So hearing
ILS?
that provides a unique commentary that you normally don't see in this industry, and it kind of gives you a feel of what our exact engineers feel when they are sitting on console here. So we are listening to that together live.
All
Yeah,
right.
very
So
cool to
looks
be
like it.
hearing Channel 1, the launch conductor, as well as the team as we
Okay.
proceed into
So
these final
maybe
minutes
for now
prior to
I'll
launch.
do
You'll hear
a little bit
working
rehearsal
all those
how
final
I'm
steps
going
leading
to
up to
do this.
the
So
T0,
let's do
which
this.
is now 1 minute past the hour.
This
It's
is Atlas
7:01
Mission
Eastern
Control
Time.
at T-minus 10,
Yeah, and thinking about
9,
how
8,
big this
blah
moment
blah blah
is
blah blah
and how
blah,
excited we are to partner
and
with
lift
Amazon,
off from the
that
blah blah blah
is
blah blah
bound to
blah.
bring a
Okay.
constellation that's
So
basically going to change the world
that's a
in
little
terms
bit
of internet
quick check
connectivity.
for the rehearsal.
And it's really cool that we're doing this on Atlas, which
Okay,
is the
looks like
OG of rockets. And Atlas has launched so
we are
many unique missions
going right now,
and
so
unique
it's not
payloads
really
and
that
so
long.
many records in the space industry.
Okay,
So
and T
it's really cool to
minus
see a
3
payload
minutes
that's
and
both
37
launching
seconds
on Atlas
before
and
we have
following
liftoff.
as we ride into
Let's
this
see.
future of ULA together.
Really is cool to launch this new era, and we were so excited about talking about Atlas. We went right past the T-minus 4 hold release, so you can see that that hold is released and the clock is counting. We are at just about T-minus 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
All right, it's like pretty cool.
After liftoff, ULA's Atlas V rocket will fly northeast from Space Launch Complex 41. Here's a look at today's flight.
Yeah.
Following final confirmation of rocket readiness, the RD-180 engine and 5 GEM 63 solid rocket boosters ignite to produce more than 2 million pounds of thrust, lifting ULA's Atlas
Yeah,
V rocket.
if I remember correctly, it used to be AJ-26A, if I remember correctly, but they replaced it a few years later with few years ago with the GEM 63. And for the, let's just say a little bit upsized version of the slight upsized version of the GEM 63 XL, it's also flown on the Vulcan Centaur rocket.
Atlas's guidance system then begins steering towards the precise target in space.
Alright, that's how it looks like.
Kuiper satellites are encapsulated inside a 5-meter diameter payload fairing.
Yeah, it's 5 meters. And up until the separation of the payload fairings, usually it has the air conditioning inside the payload area to keep it safe, anyways, from the heat damage and whatsoever. And as you can see, that's how the booster core actually leaves the rocket stage there. It will use the retro rocket firing system, the solid rocket slow. Okay.
Followed by Centaur orienting into the proper position to release Amazon's Project Kuiper satellites to begin building their low Earth orbit satellite broadband network.
Alright, looks like we are going to see a little bit
For those of you just joining us, I'm Caleb Weiss here with Britt Porcelli for today's
live
live coverage of ULA's Atlas V launch.
So could be around 20-13 minutes. Yeah.
At this time, the team is
But
not working
I hope
any issues,
after
and we're
this stream
proceeding
I'm
towards our
able
liftoff
to
at
go
7:01 p.m. Eastern.
Okay,
and we just came inside.
and looks like we are green right now.
1 minute.
-1 minutes into liftoff, and okay, T-minus 50 seconds into liftoff, you can see I don't have too much things to explain. All of this rocket, let's just say the solid.
40.
Stable at step 3.
Alright, the side booster itself is solid rocket. Okay, the
28.
booster core is the Kerolox, the liquid oxygen with
Status check.
kerosene,
Atlas.
and the upper stage is the Hydrolox, the
KA-01.
liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. So that's all. I don't have too much to comment right now. So, and let's ready to go.
9, 8,
And this is
7,
Atlas mission control at T-minus 5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
we have
2,
ignition,
1, and ignition. And RD-180 full thrust and SRB has already ignited and lift off from the launch pad from the Cap Canaveral Slick 40. We have lift off from the pad, and it's pretty fast here. There you can see there. The payload is also pretty good. The rocket is also pretty good. You can see the control is also looking pretty good. Alright, and it's already going to the cloud.
And we've successfully completed our roll program.
Okay, completed roll program should be Mach 1. Alright, and Mach 1 and ready for the supersonic. Ready for the max Q. So for the max Q, it should actually slow down the RD-180, the booster core, to 80%.
Glasgow providing launch vehicle ascent.
Okay, and
We are now 7 miles in altitude, moving at 1,700 miles an hour. Now passing 1 minute into flight.
alright, ready for the max Q. Let's listen in.
Vehicle continues to pass through the center of the rain track as expected.
Wow.
SRBs continue to operate nominally.
Alright, SRB's pretty good so far.
Throttling down, engine continues to burn as expected.
Okay, still not yet to the max Q.
Body rates continue to look good.
Okay, maybe
Vehicle is now 1/2 of its liftoff weight.
alright, 1/2.
Max Q passing
Wait.
through maximum
Alright,
dynamic pressure.
maximum max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure has already achieved.
And we have good indication
And
of
now
SRB burnout.
the
Seconds
RD-180
Throttle back up.
Kerolox engine can now safely go back upward. And we have
And
SRB side
indication
booster
of all 5
separation
SRBs. Engine
or
continues to burn
already
normally.
safe there.
We are now 32 miles in altitude, moving at 4,000 miles an hour.
We just heard confirmation
Coming
of
up
the
on
solid
2 minutes
rocket
in
booster jettison.
32
These additional motors
miles. I
augmented
guess
the
this is
thrust and
around 20
liftoff to
plus
give Atlas rocket
kilometers
an
of
extra boost to reach
altitude
its
right now.
regular low
Uh,
Earth orbit destination.
Man,
These SRBs are
pretty
called Gen
consistent.
63s, which stand for graphite epoxy
Use
motor
magic
and are 63
sometimes
inches in
if you can.
diameter. The most obvious difference you'll see between Atlas and Vulcan SRBs is
Alright.
the nose cone shape. Vulcan has a conical nose cone, whereas Atlas has a duckbill or ogive shape. We're coming up here on our next mission event, jettison of the payload fairing. Let's listen in to Sarah.
Continues to move down the center of the range track and is moving at 5,300 miles an hour.
Alright, so that's that. Oh, come on! Switch to rocket camera on.
Body rates
Come on.
continue to operate nominally.
Come
And we are now holding acceleration at 2.5 Gs in preparation for payload fairing jettison.
Yeah,
And we
it's
have
already slowed down.
activated the Centaur reaction control system.
Alright, so let's see the
And we have passed
separation of the
Kármán line.
booster
We've
core,
exited Earth's
and we'll
atmosphere.
see the ignition of the main
Vehicle is now 1/4 of its
main
liftoff
stage,
weight.
the Centaur 3, if I remember correctly.
And we have good indication of payload fairing
Alright,
jettison
payload fairing jettison.
and good indication of CFLR deck jettison. Engine continues to operate as
Alright,
expected.
Flight commentator Sarah Bailey Glasgow just called out
Body rates
confirmation
continue to
of
operate.
alright. So this is what
the
do we do
composite
right now?
fairing protects the spacecraft as it
Animation,
pushes through the harshest
real
parts of the atmosphere.
time
Next, clear callouts for cutoff of the Atlas first
animation
stage
data.
engine and separation of the booster stage, followed by ignition of ULA Centaur's second stage.
Alright,
These
so
events
here you
occur when
go.
the first stage has escaped Earth's atmosphere, getting above the
Pretty
Kármán
good.
line and into space.
Looks
The
like good
Centaur upper
evening
stage
for
with the
them.
Kuiper satellites attached
And
then
good
takes over
morning
on a
for me.
trajectory to a precise
And
location in
I
space.
think
Let's
from
listen
my
in as we approach these
preliminary
milestones.
Body rates are smooth. Hydraulics
preliminary
continue to
review
look good.
could be
30 seconds to pico.
it's almost 20 20
Space
sets.
slow down in progress. Temperatures are operating as
Okay, already slowed down. The RD-180 have already slowed down. We're going to see
Use onto
soon
open loop control as expected.
separation of the
Engine
booster
continues to
core.
operate nominally.
Okay, and you can see altitude is right now 192, 93 kilometers. Okay, chill down for the Centaur, for the
And we
RL-10
have good indication of booster engine cutoff.
for in preparation for the ignition, and we've already booster engine cut off because.
And we have good indication of Centaur
Alright, Centaur.
Start on fuel and locks, good stage.
Okay, and let's Centaur separation and ready for the main engine start number 1. Okay, main engine start number 1 has already
full thrust. RL-10
ignited.
is running nominally.
B-burn has already completed, and now we have ignition.
Steering has been enabled as expected.
And as you can see, usually when
Engines are continuing to operate
Hydrolox engine ignited, even on the exhaust, it's not really very obvious because it's because the burner is pretty clean. Usually, will produce mostly
successful completion of today's early
mostly water vapor, and also some of the waste also.
What we saw today, we had a nice smooth countdown. Beautiful weather, beautiful.
Some of it will be hydrogen gas byproduct because it's not fully. Yeah, it's not fully.
New era in internet connectivity. So Atlas is on its way
it's not
making history
fully burned at the
And that's what you love to see, Caleb. You love to see a phenomenal launch, any issues, and the weather window working perfectly and open up right for us at the beginning of our launch window.
Fine.
So as we wrap up today's live coverage,
that's
we
all.
Thank you to all of you who have tuned in on today's flight, and remind everybody that for more information about ULA and the rocket,
even Starlink actually will go.
Subscribe to our ULA Launch YouTube channel. And before we sign off, let's
we'll go
one last
to the trouble up until this separation of these satellites. Oh man.
T-10.
Okay,
9,
this is one is replay.
7, 6, 5.
So we are going to wrap off with this.
We have ignition, 2, 1.
Ignition and full thrust. 5 good SRVs.
And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V
there.
rocket, carrying satellites for Amazon's Project Kuiper internet constellation, marking the start of a new chapter in low Earth orbit satellite connectivity.
View is now on closed loop control. Engaging first throttle segment. And we've completed our pitch program. Engine operating parameters continue to look good.
As you can see, those roaring sound of.
And we've successfully completed our roll program.
Of the rocket engine and also the rocket motor there. We can see from the replay.
5 is now supersonic. Body rates continue to look good.
Alright, so that's all. What a bummer. Man, what a bummer. So you can see the logo. Oh yeah, what a bummer. We looks like they don't intend this to be very that long stream, but whatever, it's still fine. Regardless, any view is still better than nothing. But well, it's fine. At least I can go and have a little bit more sleep up until some point before I'll go to the class, because it's a little bit tricky. Today is pretty tough day. I mean, like, I've already mentally ready for this stuff, you know. Mentally ready for this, and it's still a bit tiring. It still takes a bit time for me. But yes, guys, I don't want to comment too much, you know, and whatnot. And yeah, and maybe in case you want to know something, what I also currently reading right now. I'm currently reading this Ruri Dragon. I mean, seriously, please read this. This is interesting if you really want to. But if you say, but Otaku or just whatever with template, it's fine. It's fine. That's up to you. I don't force you an option. You can go read this one or not. I mean, yeah, I actually like it personally. But if you don't want, that's totally fine. Yeah. So maybe because you would like to say, weeb, otaku. No, I'm not going to force you. That's up to you. And yeah, I guess that's all. I want to go to sleep right now. So not much else you want to see behind the scene. But however, But however, we are going to also witness the touchdown and landing of the Shenzhou 19, which will they will land to the Inner Mongolia, China. So we are going to see that too, which will bring back home these three taikonauts back to Earth, and basically officially completing their mission and marking the official beginning of the Shenzhou 20 mission since their arrival and docking to the Tiangong base station. So we are going to see that. And also to the viewers, hello, I suggest you actually to go and replay this. Not much else to say up until around T+6 minutes, and then they just cut off that feed. I mean, what a bummer. But yeah, if you want to, you can go and watch the stream back again, or you can wait for me to just stop streaming this. But I guess that's all. I'm not going to talk too much. There's not much else you want to see behind the scene, other than me just informing you that we are also going to see the Shenzhou 19 touchdown and landing back to Earth, which they will attempt to land in Inner Mongolia, China. So we are going to see that soon. And no guarantee, but maybe could happen, would be the Vega C VV26 mission for the biomass mission. I cannot 100% guarantee it, because anything can happen around that time. Could be have to come to class physically. I don't know. Maybe if it's online, maybe I have some chance, but I have to focus in between two. Go back and forth, but that's totally fine. Not like super duper compulsory. Still fine. Still can be easy to understand. But that's it. That's all, everybody. So thank you so much for watching, and take care. This and also tagline, because I also forgot to do this. I forgot to do this while rocking up for the Long March 5B launches just this morning. This is Daniel Suguwa signing out, and goodbye, take care. And that's it. Not much else you want to see behind the scene. So bye bye, take care, have a nice day, and I want to get some sleep for real before I got sleep deprived so bad. So goodbye, and at least, even though it's a bit morning for me, I'll say a bit mini good night for me. So some nap. Bye bye. Take care.